Okay, so hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to learn what is event handling. Okay, what is event handling? Okay, and how this event handling work. So, in order to handle the events, we have two things. One is event handler. Okay, event handler, like we can say handlers are like what? For example, like on click. Okay, so on click, for example, I'm writing what alert like hello. Okay, so when someone click on button, okay, so what will happen? This alert will fire. Okay, alert will say hello, right? And the second is what? Second we have event listener, right? Second we have event listener. Okay, so what is event listener? We will discuss. For example, when we are creating what? When we are creating dynamic element. For example, I'm creating a dynamic button using what? JavaScript. So how can I apply on-click event on that function? So we will see. So we are going to study in this video what is event handler and what is event listener. Okay, so it comes under the category of events. Okay, so in order to understand it more, we are going to write the code. Okay, so first, this is what index.html file, and here I have created one boiler templates. Okay, so here what I will do, I'll just create one main div. Okay, so I will write here main. So main div is created. Okay, now what I will do, I will create one JavaScript file as well, app.js. Okay, so what is my file name? App.js. Now what I will do, I will link my file. Okay, script. Okay, and here I will write srch and I will attach app.js. Right, now I have to check whether this file is linked successfully or not. So I will just write an alert like hello, it's working. Okay, hello, it is working, like that. I'll print. Okay, so how can I execute this code? I have to open my live server. So I will click here, go live. Okay, so here I can see my output, hello, it is working. Okay, my output is coming what? Hello, it is working. Means our JavaScript file has been linked successfully, right? So what I will do here, I'll create one button here. Okay, so what I will do, I will write here button. Okay, button element. And here I will write one attribute. Okay, on click. Okay, on click is what? Event handler. This is what? Event handler. Here what I'm doing, I'm creating one function. Okay, what's my function name? Fun. Okay, and here in JavaScript, I will give the definition. I'm removing this. I will give the definition of this function. So function is a keyword and fun is a function name. And here I will write what? I will write some document.write. Okay, because I want to write something on document. So document.write. Okay, this code is working. So I'm writing what? This code is working. So let's see here. Refresh it. Okay, so we are getting this tiny button because we haven't written anything here between the button tag. So let me write here. What I'm writing here, click. Okay, now you can see one click. So when I click on this, what will happen? It is showing this code is working. Okay, so when I'm clicking on this button, so what happening? It is calling one function. It is calling which function? Fun function. And fun function written where? In app.js. Right? So it is working. Okay, so for example, I want to create a dynamic button. And how can I create dynamic button? Using JavaScript. Using JavaScript, I want to create a button. So how can I create? So in order to create a button using JavaScript, what I will do, I will write document.create element. Okay, create element. And what you want to create? I want to create one button. Okay, I want to create a one button. Okay, so I will store this button in a variable. So I'm writing here const btn. Okay, btn 1 equals to. Okay, so my new created button. Okay, what happening here? Basically, one button is created. Like this, you can assume. Okay, one button is created, and that button I have stored. I have stored that button in btn 1. Right? I hope you are understanding this much. Now, what I will do? uh, Okay, if I will check here, so I'm not able to see my button. So what I will do? I will I will give some name to this button. Okay, so what I will write here, btn1 dot inner. Okay, or I can write here text content. Text content is what? Uh, JS button. Okay, I'm writing a JS button. So still we are not able to see this button, JS button. Why we are not able to see this button? Once we have created this button, btn, we have to append this button on our HTML here on main div. Okay, so I will append this button on main div. So how can I append? First, I will fetch this div. Okay, first I will fetch this div. Okay, so here I'm writing the code to fetch that main div. How we can get that main div? I will write here document dot get element by id. Okay, I want to fetch that element by id. So what is the id of this? The id is main. Okay, so here I will write main. Okay, and what I will do now? Okay, I will store this main div in a variable const, and I'm writing here what? Main div. Like that, I'm storing it. Okay, now what I will do? I will say append this button on this main div. Main div means here. Okay, so how can I append? So in order to append any dynamic element on HTML, we have appended. So here I want to append. So here I will write main div dot append. Okay, so if you want to append one element, so you will write append child. If you want to append more than one element, you will write append on. Right? So like this, it is appending. Let's see it's coming or not. Yeah, so our button is coming. Okay, what button is coming? JS button is coming. Now, suppose here, if I click here on click button, what I'm getting, this code is working. Okay, same I want here, JS button. When I click on this button, so something should happen. Something should happen. Some event will happen. Like when I click here JS button, here should come some text. So how can I write the event on it? Can I use on click? See here we have created button, and inside the button we used one attribute which is on click. Okay, but here we have created dynamic button. Okay, using this line. So there is no way to write on click here. So in this situation, what we write? We use what? Event listener. In this situation, we use what? Event listener. We can't use event handler on dynamic element. Okay, dynamic, if you're creating dynamic button, so you cannot use event handler like on click. So in this case, you need what? Event listener. So what I will do here, I'll go back to my code screen, to VS Code. Now I will write event listener. Okay, so I want to write event listener on btn1. So I will write here btn1 dot event listener. Okay, add event listener. Make sure you are writing correct spelling. Okay, okay. Now what we have to do, we have to write the event name. Which event you want to fire? So click event, or if you want to write double click event, the double click event. So you have to mention here. So I want to like events like on load, okay, on body loads, like that kind of events we have. So out of that, I am using which event? Click event. When someone click on my button, so what should happen? Whatever you want to happening after clicking the button, you have to write in a function. So what I will do, I will write one function. Okay, we can write an anonymous function, okay, or we can use arrow function as well. So I'm writing here just a function. What should happen? When someone click on this button btn1, the function should execute. Okay, so here what I'm writing, here I will write document dot write. Okay, what you want to write? This is this button is created by JavaScript. Okay, so like that. So this is how we can add event here. So see, when I click on this button, so what is happening? This button is created by JavaScript, right? So now means on both button we are able to add event. Okay, so if we are writing event on click, so this is known as event handler. And if you are using, if you are creating dynamic element and you are attaching event on it, means that is known as event listener, because with the help of event listener we can attach event on dynamic elements. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. I hope you understood what is the event handler, what is event listener. Okay, if you are creating dynamic elements, you will use what? Event listener. For creating like basic buttons using HTML, directly you can use on click, right? So I hope you understood, right? Because we have how many buttons? We have one button here. On click, second button we have created using JavaScript. See here, when I'm writing this line, text content means what happening. This is what empty button. Okay. So what happening here? Here this text is going to write. When we are writing in a text content means the text will come here. Okay. So means it will be visible. And here what we are adding event on it. Right. So that's it for today's video. Okay. I hope you understood this video. If you have any doubt, anything if you are not understanding, you can write down. Alright. So thank you everyone for watching this video.